For 24 years, the Dutch ruled Recife, Brazil, under the West India Company. The Jewish community in Brazil flourished until 1954 when Recife fell to Portugal. The Jews fled and 24 of them took St. Charles, a French ship, and arrived in New Amsterdam, which is where our story begins of Jewish immigrant history. They received a very cold welcome as authorities in New Amsterdam wrote multiple times back to the company about their dislike for the new Jewish migrants trying to settle. However, the purpose of the company was always to make money, so no matter what, the Jewish migrants were allowed to stay. But to appease the authorities, there was a resolution to exempt the Jews from military service proposed by Peter Stuyvesant.
The captains and officers of the train bands of the city, having asked the Director General and Council whether the Jewish people who reside in the city should also train and mount guard with the citizens' bands, this was taken in consideration and deliberated upon. First, the disgust and unwillingness of these train bands to be fellow soldiers with the aforesaid nation and to be on guard with them in the same guardhouse, and on the other side, that the said nation was not admitted or counted among the citizens. The aforesaid nation shall remain exempt from the general training and guard duty on condition that each male person over 16 and under 60 years contribute for the aforesaid freedom towards the relief of the general municipal taxes 65 sivers every month. Thus done in council at Fort Amsterdam on the day as above.
Portuguese Jews weren't being granted permits or passports that they needed to travel abroad to New Netherland. So what could they do? They created a plea for awarding them their rights by stating their faithfulness to the nation and giving their reasons for travel. If the government allowed the Jews, or, as they refer to themselves, loyal people, it would be beneficial to the country's population expansion and the situation of trade and taxes. Once the Portuguese Jews made their case courteously, they then resorted to threatening the government to go by ways of a new citizenship, as, quote, "It is conditioned in the Treaty of Perpetual Peace with the King of Spain, that the Jewish nation shall also enjoy the same liberty as all other inhabitants of these lands."
However, there was no denying the important role they played in the economy of the newly developing land. Their influence in government affairs could not be easily overlooked. Neither could the principle that New Amsterdam advertised of accepting different religions. As compromises were reached, the Jewish community continued to practice their faith. In today's time, New York continues to be accepting of different religions, with the Jewish community being one of the prominent cultures.